All right, guys. So in today's module, we'll be understanding some of the real life examples of some of the most renowned constructions or buildings that we can see in India, and we'll be able to understand how exactly Vastu has impacted it throughout the time until today. All right. So the first thing that we have in store in for you guys is understanding two major temples that is known not just in India but all around the world. One is the Sri Padmanabhana Swami temple in Thiruvananthapuram, that is India, and the second one being Venkateshwara Swami temple, that is Tirumala Tirupati temple in Andhra Pradesh, India. So when you actually go on your Google Maps or Google Pro Earth and you kind of locate the north of the both the temples that you see here. So this is the north is aligned towards the upwards and north is aligned to the upwards. You will see firstly that will capture your mind are two huge water body areas that you can see over here. These water bodies are located on the northeastern side of the entire complex of your temple. All right. And when you actually go deep or you dive deeper into Vastu, you'll be able to understand that the northeastern zone is actually related with the attribute of mind and clarity. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the northeastern zone itself is related to the water element. Okay. So when you have a water body in your water element area itself, of course, it is something that is very, very, going together with. So because of that, you can see that both these temples have, and water itself represents a lot of fluidity. So since the major chunk of this in the northeastern zone is placed correctly with water element having water bodies in it, you can see this has kind of impacted the overall kind of influx of not just people entering to pay or worship the temple, but also the kind of monetary benefit is it got. So if you actually go and Google both of these temples individually, both of them are one of the most wealthiest temples in India and also around the world as well. So you can kind of see the impact northeast has positioning, and it is one of the best places to have a water body as well. So this is one such example to show the correct placements uh, of Vastu done on any historical building or any buildings within India, which is having such a great impact from times and centuries from, right? The next thing, let us see an example where Vastu has not played a very good role as per Vastu in. So this is, I think most of you are already aware of this, seeing this plan, but yes, this is of Taj Mahal, one of the seven wonders of the world. Now, when you see the alignment on a plan level, you will be able to see that the north is on the top, the south is at the bottom, east is over here, and west is on the left side, right? And when you see as per Vastu, the first thing that happened again is you have a big water body coming here, exactly adjacent to the building complex. So when you understand as per Vastu, you will be able to understand that the northeastern side and all of those are actually related to the water element. So having such huge water body running exactly in the northern side is actually a good impact. So also you will be able to understand, since the water body aspect of it is placed in the water element zone itself, there is a good inflow of money through tourism because people are being visiting it, people are being paying to entry or enter the complex. And since this being one of the seven wonders, there's a huge inflow of money. Monetarily, it is gaining very good results. But this is the flawed side of the planning aspect as per Vastu in Taj Mahal planning. When you dive deeper into understanding individual zones, there is a concept of open spaces and massing areas. All right. And when you go detail in that, it is said that the heaviest zone of your entire complex or within that boundary must be your southwest zone, and your lightest should be your northeastern zone. Now you can see on the northern side and your northeastern side only you have the major tomb sitting in with the two mosques over here, which is actually not good because logically speaking, your heaviest part should be on the left bottom corner, that is your southwest zone, which is actually the least massed area or the lightest area compared to the other. So this, when you see on a personal level and understand the attributes of it, the owner himself, that is Shah Jahan, which was built for his wife Mumtaz in her memory, One thing you will understand, he was not even benefited from constructing this. If you see the timelines, many people who constructed this were bearmed, like their arms were cut off. He was not having a very great time after that. He was not benefited from it at all. But in a tourism perspective and seeing the kind of monetary inflow, this has been one of the best examples to say. So yes, Vastu, accordingly, this is not the best example to showcase, uh, how Vastu has been flawed, and at the same time, one element where you can see Vastu playing a very important role. So these are the two major things and examples that I wanted to cover in Vastu, because if you understand Vastu in detail, there are remedies for most of the mistakes done in Vastu regarding zoning entrances. But northeastern side and southwestern side are the two major aspects that have to be done correctly. So you can see northeastern side is done well while the southwestern side is not taken into consideration. So you can see the kind of imbalancement of energies that's seen in the space. So yeah, this is about the examples aspects of it. Next, we'll quickly run through a couple of facts that we have, or fun facts, like I would say, that you'll be able to see a contrast between the northern side and the southern side of India. So the first thing that we have is something called as the Neel Reke or the Neer Reke. So this is predominantly seen in parts of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and a part of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, but majorly seen in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. So, from time immemorial, even before geologists came into act, and even before they had tools to actually understand, or divining rods to actually understand the depths of the water levels in any place when you want to go put bore wells or something, there were people on their palms who had something called as Neel Reiki, or water arcs in their hands. It's a representation on the hand. And only these people, when they have a, either a key placed in their hand or a coconut placed in hand, and when they go and stand on different parts of the plot that they want to find which is the suitable place for, drilling a bore well in to get water, the key starts to spin or the coconut starts to spin only on their hands. Not everybody can do this. Like I said, only if they have this line on their hands are they eligible, and it actually works. If you see, I've personally seen it in many of the rural areas where we had gone to kind of get a bowel done, and it's the same exact markings that a geologist also will be able to give you through divining rods and other instruments that they use, and these people just use it with a key. So what happens is, if what basically when I was there to see what actually happened is, they put a key on their hand, and they start at different, the person with that arc on their hand stands at different levels on the plot, and when the key starts to spin vigorously, these are the signs where water sources are available, and they generally are there even if you see it, and they're the same points that these geologists would have also mentioned through their system. So this is one fun fact I felt, which is seen majoritively in the southern part of India, but for the longest time it is only observed, and there's no evidences or any citations that are seen in the northern part until now. So that is one difference when you see the northern part of practicing vastu and the southern part of India practicing vastu. Okay, and the next thing that I want to let you guys know is about an other very crazy perspective in vastu when you want to differentiate between the northern side and the southern side practicing of vastu, because like I said, 95 to 97% of vastu is the same principles, same elements, same theories. That 3% can vary keeping in mind of religion, tradition, and other aspects that actually influence it. Okay, so that 3% is basically this. So there's another thing when you see in all other religions, be it even in Hinduism also or anything, most of the people when they're buried or when they're burnt and when they're laid on the ground, their heads are always facing towards the north. Logically speaking, this is where the magnetic force or fields stay, and that is why they say this is the part where the souls leave the body in the north. But in traditional side, especially practiced majorly in Tamil Nadu, Kerala side, the bodies are oriented where the head is facing towards the south. This is only seen in such areas in the south area. And the reason why I say this is because when you actually understand zonal attributes of all the 16 zones in detail, south is one of the best places to actually get good sleep, even for a normal living human being. But as per their traditions in the southern side, they believe placing the head facing towards the south is actually making them that they do not wake up from their eternal sleep. So that is why they face their heads towards the south in such cases. But like I said, majority, irrespective of India or not, most of them actually have their people buried in the north where their heads are in the north. But yeah, this is just one of the best examples that I can say how there's a change in perceptions based on religious beliefs and stuff. So this is one such example where you can see.